2, 1, go ahead.
Hi, WUWH. I wish I was talking with you in person, but I so appreciate the chance to at least quote talk with you right now about sources of strength. But before I do that, I just want you to know how much we are looking forward to starting to see some of you next week and then in the upcoming weeks. And hopefully soon we will get to see you all back on campus. WUWH is not WUWH without you here. And we miss you deeply. And I hope you know how much we appreciate you, how much your teachers appreciate you, and all of you who are still staying connected, turning on your cameras, making sure that you let your teachers know that you are there and learning and doing all the things you can in a very difficult time. We've never done this before. None of us have ever done a pandemic. So I'm going to tell you 2 stories. One started a little before the pandemic. A year and a half ago, my husband and I decided we were going to do a Spartan race. And basically it's 3+ miles and you pick up objects or you climb walls and you do all these different things. And so we were training for that and we were having trouble finding time to get some distance in. So we started getting up a half an hour earlier to be able to be ready for this race. And the thing we hadn't anticipated is it was in the mountains. We didn't know it was part of the mountain series. So they used the altitude and it was tough. It's one of the toughest things I've done physically in a very long time. And I even have pictures of bruises that I could show you where I look like I was in a really bad fight with someone and lost, like horribly lost. But from that experience, that really helped us going into the pandemic because we had this habit that we kept doing after we finished the race. So when the pandemic hit, we were already getting up earlier. We were already exercising for 30 minutes in the morning. We were getting our miles in, and that really helped us for a few reasons because it helped our health. We were getting healthier. I could tell a difference even before the pandemic on my mental health and how that helped me kind of take on challenges that show up. Because as you know, being an assistant principal, all the time I get different questions I have to try and figure out. So being able to kind of have that morning routine and time, and then having that extra friendship time with my husband where we were walking, talking, sorting through the day, really made a difference going in to the point that we started doing virtual races. And I should send a picture to Andrew. I have several medals from that over the last 6 months or so, just because it was kind of nice to get that extra little medal to show that I had done that, or a t-shirt to show that I had done my 5K or my 10K or even a half marathon, which if you had told me a year ago I was going to do a half marathon, I would have told you, nope, that's not happening. But those were really good goals for us. And all those 3 things, it helped our health, it helped my mental health, and it strengthened my husband's and my friendship. The second story, pretty much connected to this one, is one of my friends moved away this summer. And we had been walking and talking, and just having that walk and talk, putting those 2 things together, I notice makes a difference for me because I like talking to people, and when I can get my steps in, I like that all the more. And once again, that really helps me strengthen both my mental health and my personal health. So we started a walk and talk, but we do it on the phone. So we call each other up and I go around my neighborhood, she goes around her neighborhood, and we have now entered another virtual challenge to try and get so many miles in, 480 miles in 32 weeks. So you can check on me and see how I'm doing on that. But having those goals, being able to do it with someone, has made a giant difference during the pandemic. So I'm really going to encourage you, if you have not been out and walking or running or however you exercise, get out there and do it. If you can figure out a safe way to do it with a friend, do that. Or take your dog, if you have a dog, with you on a walk. All of those things make a difference. And if you can connect the exercise it makes a giant, giant difference, not just for our personal health, but our mental health, which right now, with everything going on, can be so tough. It's hard right now. There's a lot of things that we are all struggling with and trying to figure out because we haven't done this before. Every day I answer questions that I have never answered before. And that wasn't something before the pandemic that I always had to do. Often I had already answered those questions. I knew what to rely on. And you all have the same challenge that a lot of times there are things that you are now dealing with that you haven't seen before. There's national concerns and crises going on. There's international crises going on. And I hope you know how resilient you are, how much you are doing to figure this out. We are so proud of you. It's easy to look at all the things that have been taken from us, and there are a lot, and we are not going to minimize that loss because that is hard. And there are also so many opportunities and things we have learned. And be proud of yourselves for the ways that you have handled something that I know we keep saying is unprecedented, and it pretty much is. I mean, there hasn't been a global pandemic for over 100 years. So in our lifetimes, this is unprecedented. Keep doing all the things you're doing. We are so very proud of you, and I can't wait to see you again. And remember to mask up because we'll be staying safe. We're going to protect each other. We wear our masks to protect each other and protect those we love. Take care, WUWH.